about healer being in chat. Keep in mind we do have a fairly large stream delay to make sure cheating and things don't happen. So even if he is watching the stream like a dastardly, no good, no honor son of a gun, it wouldn't really help him too much. Not unless there was like something like a secret base. But even then, I don't think somebody who is good enough to subscribe to Base Trade TV would be a scumbag enough to cheat in these games. That being said, we have 2 invite spots we still need to fill out for our said qualifiers. And, you know, Protoss obviously in really high demand right now. Terran as well, because the qualifier so far has been all Zerg. Not this qualifier, excuse me, the other qualifier. This one, though, it's Terran, it's a Zerg, and it's going to be another Terran or Zerg that joins them. So we'll have to confirm with our sponsors if it's okay, but we're most likely going to go try and find some Protoss to invite back. And Realmer and Naniwa come to mind immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not guarantees, guys. That's 100% not guarantees. It's just thinking out loud as we get into this match. There's one more match behind this, and it's a ZVT guaranteed. Winner of this plays Snoot in the qualifying round. But before we get there, in the bottom left, it's going to be the red Terran player, KeeN.
In the top right, as the blue Terran, he's healer. So Snoot might be... I think Snoot should be happy he's on face Naniwa again. You'd be like, but he just beat him kind of easily, like 2-0'd. But the bracket curse can be strong. And now he just has to face some lame old Terran. Psh,
I like
that's easy, right?
how you dialed that back. Like, it can be strong. Beware, traveler. No, it's very true though, because we've seen too many times where like brackets have those rematches, whether it's a losers match here or a second day qualifier, and it will go the other direction more often than not. But continuing to be awesome for 10 months in a row is Lantaro.
Ooh.
I feel like I need
better
like
than Hamtaro.
Everything is better than Hamtaro. That show is so stupid. Are you kidding me?
Nah.
My brother watched that show every morning, and like we
Yeah,
had this deal where he could pick the 7:30 show, I would pick the 7 show, because we of course would leave at 8 for school. And I contemplated just giving up rights, just to say, like, can we just not watch TV? Like, can we just not watch Hamtaro, please? I hated that show so much.
Yeah, I never actually watched it. I just I know what it's about. It's hamsters. So. You might hear cats attacking each other in the background in a second.
I was gonna say, is that your tummy grumbling? Like, are you that hungry? But that.
And like, you can actually, if you're watching my camera right now, you can see Apollo being a real ass. But they'll calm down.
He's like ready to. He's stalking. I can't see what
he is.
He's stalking.
He's pushed Siggy up against the corner.
Hang on, I gotta put this on camera, guys. I know this is like most professional casting of all time. Deal with it. Look at this shit. Her cat is like hunting the other cat and bullying it.
It's like in a corner behind my desk. It's like trying to get behind.
Do you need to go save him, perhaps? The other cat, I mean?
Nah, Apollo give up, see?
Okay, well, I turned your camera outside. But, okay, so KeeN and Healer are both 2 fantastic players. Funny thing is, though, I do feel KeeN, without question, is a better player than Healer. But KeeN has, like, 3 severe things working against him. The first and foremost being, hey, it's the European server. Okay, create a Europe, not good. We already talked about this, and that's why pretty much he's in the losers bracket, because he lost the TvT to Bunny, to what looked like some obvious lag mistakes. Secondly, it's like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. in Korea, and it's not like he woke up early for this. He's losing the Reaper. He's been up all night playing, hoping to qualify, and I mean, I wish him the best of luck, but that's not going to work well. And then 3, of course, being that he doesn't know Healer. When you play players like Bunny, if casters like us can predict playstyles, you bet your ass players can. Healer, however, is kind of an anomaly, an unknown. And he plays pretty well for not... Like, I'm not going to praise... He's not going to be the next Terran Foreign Hope or anything like that, but he plays pretty well, and KeeN won't know how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, we originally knew him just for having some wonky builds that really appealed to Rifkin, and that was cool and awesome. But other than that, he got just trashed by the next Zerg that he played, who knew how to play against wonky builds. But to see him, like, not just out build order a Protoss like Naniwa, but kind of out macro and just nice positioning and whatnot, gives me like pretty good faith against KeeN, like just in TvT in general, and of course a very tired KeeN who I can't believe he's not just like falling asleep at his chair right now. This is it's just silly how like waking up at 2 a.m. and then just like playing until now. That's ugh.
Oh, matter of fact, I need one more shot to go down. People asking about inviting back like Hearthstone and Mana. Like guys, Hearthstone is the only Protoss player to actually qualify, and Mana was invited back already. We actually have the full invite list posted on Team Liquid. The only 2 invites you don't know are the ones we have to pick, which are for the wildcard qualifiers. So the entire North American group, Korean group, and European group, they've all been oh. So much for hyping up Healer. But they've all been decided and they're posted publicly, and the North American group starts tomorrow. It's like Masa, Hawk, Hydra, and I think Helizur. I can't recall. But you can see all the players who have been invited, and whoever's in charge of the Liquipedia page for this has been doing a great job keeping it up to date, so you can even look it up there as well.
Yep. Well, despite still not cleaning up this dang widow mine, which is being targeted.
Oh my god, are you freaking serious?
Wait, did that?
Luckily, this can't one-shot workers, which is really important.
Well, one shot's the first worker.
Yeah, but the splash damage around it doesn't.
Did it target the mule? Did an SCV die? Or am I just crazy?
Yeah, hit control R, man. What the? Why are you even
Well,
asking?
more than one SCV died. I'm asking, did an SCV die with that last widow mine?
Oh,
it looks like nothing died.
I don't think it hit a mule because the mule here is still alive. Like that's the time around its health, right? Like that would have been the one that died, if anything.
I just didn't see anything die. I just saw like the splash go off, and I was like, this is boggling in my mind right now.
Okay, I wasn't looking that closely.
Say.
I just assumed. So now you got me questioning what the fuck the deal is.
Well, whoopsie-daisy.
Anyways, the thing is though, like look at this. Despite how let's be honest, shitty that went for Healer, 55 workers, 53 workers, 36 supply to 31 army supply. No one really has a massive advantage. Stim's already done for Healer, but that's going to finish up for KeeN soon. There may be a small window of opportunity where he has a combat shield advantage, which is actually huge in a TvT, but I don't know if he'll get to take advantage of it because you don't know when there's no way to measure when your opponent's upgrades are going to finish, to size them up and know that you've got this precise timing to hit.
Yeah. Well,
Damn.
with 1-1 and Stim done, like you can sort of confidently push out, especially if you know your opponent one-based first, but I guess you might just be a little more cautious.
Some nostalgia bombs being dropped in chat, by the way, out of LSR. I know he was like one of our first subscribers on the channel, and comments that the first subscriber replay pack was sent out on the 20th of October 2013. I'm more curious what that replay pack was, to be honest.
2013. No, that was Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm thinking like, because that was like, I'm guessing TLO show match? Maybe, I don't know. Dude, LSR, you gotta open that bad boy up and let us know what replays are in there, man. This is like a time capsule. But okay, for KeeN's sake, moving out is questionable. He has, of course, segmented 2 drops worth of units here to the north. So if those get in, that's cool. But there's turrets, there's a sensor tower. It's a lot easier said than done. In fact, 2 sensor towers. Some nice cleavage set up on the mini-map.
Heyo. Do this. If the scouting marines are the nipples,
I know, that's what I was thinking. There's a really saggy and weird.
Get out of my head.
Cannot unsee. Why would you say that? Alright, continue to push forward. Healer actually takes a really nice advantage. However, he does bring everything out of his base. So 2 medevacs are going to unload in the main. And this is maybe going to get cleaned up. He actually scatters so far that the medevacs don't get to help about half these marines. So Healer actually kind of has a decent defense force if his production kicks in. But he bleeds out about 10 ACVs, 8-7 ACVs. As we can see, he's just got to rally up those forces to send him in 1 or 2 at a time. It's not going to beat out 2 medevacs.
Okay, he is very dangerous. I think he wanted to drop into the natural, or the main ledge is what I meant.
Yeah, this little spot right here is where you always want to try and get her done. But he does boost forward. There's not a lot of marines with this. He might push in from the south side simultaneously, but he will win the initial tank fight. He's going to lose his tanks for this, though, if he stays there, though. He's going to have to pick up and get out of there. Loses 2 of the tanks. That's unfortunate.
And no opportunity to go into the third base with the rest of the Marines. I think KeeN had units there ready to go. The drop in the main base took a long time to get cleaned up after we stopped watching, so 14 SCVs in total went down. Not something that he can't replenish with 3 command centers, but obviously he just lost an army as well, so he was hoping to replenish that.
Funny enough, not the hugest deal for the time being, though, because his army did trade out well enough with the other army that they are on somewhat even supplies. It is a tank advantage for KeeN, however, and that is something where you start just dropping those tanks wherever you want. You just slam them down on the front lines. But there's not enough medevacs to do that yet, actually, so I take that back. Liberator's going to be kind of interesting if it gets used. Hard to use, of course, but good at zoning out tanks. However, this is not a fight that I think Keeler wanted to take. His tanks were not sieged up nor in range for the Marines.
Concave. Nope.
It looked for a moment promising, but he has to back away from this. Loses too much army supply, I'd say, though.
Yeah. That was probably the better fight he was going to have if KeeN was the one controlling where to fight. You know, actually having that concave over KeeN worked, but just the high tank count worked better.
Right, and KeeN's tanks weren't all there. The problem was neither were healers. Had that been a different situation, I can understand why healers stemmed in. It looked promising. It looked good, especially after he won out the Marine fight. However, doing that twice, I'm not sure if he can do that again. Tanks are in a pretty nice position down here at the bottom of the ramp. It's also going to cut out reinforcements from rushing forward. So he almost has to fight, but the problem is how do you do that? There's such good tank coverage.
Healer is in definitely a bad position here. KeeN could probably start pushing up and getting on top of the 3rd CC, of course, but also into that production. The tank drop, or the Marine drop on the tanks is not a bad idea.
Cost them all his medevacs, though, and that is probably going to seal the deal on this game more than anything else. Losing all the medevacs.
Nothing else is happening. There's no counter drop, nothing on top of KeeN's 4th base. It is just army piling through to this 3rd base for both parties, and KeeN has more.
And the 3rd base looks like it's going to die.
Well, Healer lost the first game against Naniwa too, so hopefully he can bring it back in the next 2 games.
I don't think this is the beyond element Zombie Guy where it's like, okay, he would always lose the first game and then always reverse kill.
You don't know.
Well, we're going to get the lobby up as quick